Welcome to Daily Dose. My name is Robert. That's my pal Susan. And as we say so often here, which is the precipice of what we do, we have no clue where we're going.
I know where we've been.
Yeah,
We've been to
okay.
Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Wow.
funny, some people would say, gosh, you're still talking about that. It had that deep of an impression on me. How about you?
Oh my goodness, it certainly did. It certainly did for a whole bunch of reasons. I think the overriding one was the higher level of understanding of what community means.
Mhm.
I, that's really struck me. I mean, it's what I've always talked about that has happened in Yaks and in our improv games. And I didn't really realize those are pretty small, tiny communities, and that you can have thousands of people that you don't know individually and you're bonded with them, and that bond stays there. I mean, I'm seeing stuff on Facebook of people asking for advice for future runs and stuff about socks and what the world at large can be for us and do for us. It's just, it's like a giant embrace. I don't know. How about you?
I love what you're saying, that community is a great word. And it was surprising to me how big of a deal this group experience was. I mean, marathons alone are a bit of a tribe. Marathoners, you see maybe on bumper stickers 26.2, and people kind of give each other the thumbs up. It's a club to be in, as it were. And then there are sects within that club. And what the Disney group seems to be about, and I'm so glad to have stumbled in this way, they're not out there running for their personal bests. There was a time in my life when that was meaningful to me. It's not anymore. I'm out there to enjoy the experience, and that's what those people are out there doing. They're achieving incredible physical things, and at the same time seem to be doing it for more than just what was my time. What did I qualify for? It's not what's next. It's
Mhm.
this is great now. They're very present. You know.
I read a post today from somebody who didn't finish and was so thrilled with what she did. Eh,
Mm.
I think she might have had an intention of finishing, but she could bless her success at the level it was. I thought that was so cool.
That's an interesting thing, and we haven't touched on it here, and I've only thought about it, so I want to draw that forward. So what happens in Disney World, since you run through the parks, is you have an extraordinarily early start time in order to have the parks be open and functional. And they're open for part of the race. That basically the deal is you have to finish by noon, or they have this group behind you called the Balloon Ladies, and they're running, I believe, a 16-minute mile is their pace. So if you fall behind the Balloon Ladies, who are basically there to sweep up, you can be asked to leave the course. And I mean, I don't know how forcible that becomes or whatever, but to me that was terrifying. And I wasn't worried about that. We were well ahead of that pace, and that was no problem. But the thought of, what if you were really doing your best and you just got swallowed up by that? I mean, to me, that's where my Stephen King like mind goes, and that sounds like a horror play. Like they're going to eat me. I don't get to do this thing that I tried so hard for, because you pay
Train.
a lot of money, you make a huge effort in multiple ways. You hopefully have trained, and maybe something just happened along the way that made it difficult, but dang it, you want to finish. And here come the Balloon Ladies, you know? Um,
It does have a potentially creepy. I didn't see the balloon ladies, but
Me neither. I'm glad.
yeah, because you were there. But like the clowns, people who are afraid of clowns. That's what it's doing to me. I hadn't thought about it from that
Yeah,
perspective.
it evokes something where I can almost see them like skipping, and like they're so joyful, but behind them there's something awful, right? Like, you're going to have to leave. And they're probably wonderful people. I mean, no,
Oh yes,
yeah, it's
they're
just
going. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
the
Don't take
story
this
I'm telling myself.
personally.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Well,
but the
and
community
you
feel, like I
did
said,
finish. You and
yeah,
your dad. Oh, it's just so awesome. It
yeah.
was so awesome.
Well,
I'm
and it does.
so feel so privileged to have been there.
Well, thank you. It does lead a little to what's next, and we talk about that a little. And I mean, there's a thought about Disneyland, connecting that here in California, which would be easier for a lot of reasons. And I don't know if you saw this in the post, but apparently the Disneyland is a half marathon. It goes through the Angels baseball park.
No, that's
Wouldn't
fun.
that be a nice tie-in?
Oh, that's a nice little tie-in.
So
Wow.
we'll see. January 2024, I've got it out there as a possibility. But for now, that is your daily dose.